Sausage Roll Sunday Report for April 20th, 2025. Breakfast sausage Swiss roll with a thin pizza dough crust and bagel seasoning. This Swiss roll used a ready-to-bake thin crust pizza dough layered between breakfast sausage. I spread the sausage thin on the dough so I could roll the pastry up as compact as possible. I pressed the end flap of the dough into the next inner layer of dough to create a seam, and then rolled it firmly through bagel seasoning that was sprinkled on a cutting board. It looked good and I could smell the bagel seasoning after baking, but it turned out too salty considering that the sausage and crust already had salt in it. It might be better to just use plain seeds instead of a premix from a bottle. The bottom of the roll was also wet with rendered pork fat that drained to the bottom. Perhaps baking on a wire rack would keep it dry. This pastry held together even though the sausage shrunk, making the roll slightly loose after baking. High temperature cheese between the layers might work well to hold it together since the ends aren't sealed. It also has a lot of crust compared to the typical rolls I've made in the past. Unfortunately, the crust in the center of the roll was undercooked. I personally like the contrast between the undercooked dough in the center and the crispy crust on the outside, but most people would probably find it off-putting.